I'm Desiree. I'm Delaware Top Model 2016 for the adults. We're here at Salon Pasca. We're going to go take a tour with Beverly. I'm from Delaware Top Model Adults, and I'm here interviewing Beverly Melendez. Beverly, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and your job?
Well, first of all, congratulations on your
Thank
win
you.
of Delaware Top Model. You're absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Um, I have been in the industry, in the hair industry, for over 35 years, and I'm still doing hair after 35 years. And I actually started doing hair at the age of 12. I was always stealing my mother's sewing scissors and sneaking in my basement and cutting my little friends' hairs off and getting in trouble. But that's actually how I started and had my interest in doing hair.
Okay, so did you go to school for this, or?
I did. I started off at Hodson Botech, and unfortunately, I quit school in 11th grade, but that didn't stop me. I went back after two kids later, and I think it was a good 7 years later. I went back because I knew that this is what I wanted to do, and I just couldn't. I wanted to be an example for my own children. So I ended up going back to school, and I actually got a teaching job 2 years after, and I taught beauty school at the Academy of Hair Design. And from there, I moved on to Michael Christopher's. I was there for about 27 years. And from there, I moved on to the amazing Salon Pasca, amazing team that we have here. The owners of are Natasha Latina and Ann Tasker.
So you did say that you dropped out of school and you went back. What was your motivation to do that?
Well, after raising your children and being in the system, I living off the state, and I took advantage that they were helping me, and I didn't want to become a statistic. I wanted to be an example, not only for my children, but for young girls who end up getting pregnant and having children, and your life is not over. Your life is just beginning. You need to show your kids that no matter how old you get, and no matter how many children you have, you still, even as a single parent, can still go back to school. It's a great profession, and everything is baby steps, once you have kids, but it didn't stop me. And 35 years later, I'm still doing hair, and I made a great living, and I had two sons that followed my footsteps as well, as far as their talent in doing hair.
So what advice would you have for teenage girls or young adults?
Well, a lot of teenage girls are, with this day and age, and how our world is so corrupt. Just always know that you have to be an example. If you're going to become a mother, you can't rely on a husband. I mean, yes, we all want to be married to wonderful husbands, but sometimes, we become single parents. So we as single parents have to know that our children look up to us, as not only my children looked up to me as like their mother and their father. After a period of time, I was divorced, and I was, raising these children by myself. So I wanted to be an example. It's so important. You always have to put in your mind, you have to be an example to your own children.
Congratulations on winning Delaware Role Model at Delaware Top Model. So what has led you to your involvement with the community?
Well, after doing hair for so many years, I got involved with the Miss Hispanic pageant, and I used to do the hair. And funny thing is that I would either start off with singing the national anthem, or I'd be an intermission act because I love singing as well. So God gave me a lot of gifts, and I just wanted to use them all at once. So, but then I would jump back in and start doing the hair, and depending on what segment we were in the pageant, we would do the hair for the modeling part of it, for the talent part of it, and just for the beginning part of the show. One of the things that I do for my community is when I receive a new client, I always try to make them feel so special, and I'm a giving person, so I always give discounts to my clients. When they come see me for the first time, they'll get a discount, or I'll offer them a service and give them a free haircut. Just something that will make them feel good, because it's very important as a stylist to put that smile on that person's face, because once you know you put a smile on their face, they're going to talk really good about you, and you're going to build your clientele that way. And not only that, you make somebody happy, and that's very rewarding for us as hairstylists.
So, what advice would you have for the audience watching us that have low self esteem for their hair, or whatever the case may be?
Well, I think first of all they should pick a good stylist and go to a reputable salon. So you know, you always want an experienced person. If you're that shy, or if you're not that confident about yourself, and just give yourself to somebody who's been, you know, with experience and in the industry. I can make an amazing transformation. And for example, I stepped into Dunkin' Donuts one day and I looked at this girl who really needed a lot of help with her hair, and she was so shy. So I went up to her and offered her a free makeover. And she was, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So she got a free makeover, and I transformed her where people did not recognize her, not even her own boyfriend when he saw her that day. And I mean, just her attitude from when she came into the salon, from when she left, her whole chest was out and she was walking around and the smile on her face. And that was so
That is
gratifying.
amazing. I can't imagine anybody coming up to me and offering me a free makeover. We know you were involved in some other things. Could you tell us more about that?
Well, for those of people that don't know who Maria Bucamp is, she's an amazing artist. She is the founder of Fashion Week, and we did a huge fashion show for her, Salon Posca, and a few of my girls. We went out there and helped her. It was an amazing event. It was quite an experience. We've also did recently. We went to AI Children's Hospital and did some volunteer work with other salons, just to make those kids feel special on their prom day. And we've done cuts for Christian, 11-year-old who's actually my cousin. We raised money for his foundation, and very successful. And just doing a lot of things with people that can't afford. Sometimes they can't afford, you know, to get their hair done. And I'm such a giving person that I will either give it to them for free, or you know, just help them out a little bit, because sometimes, you know, people that just need that uplifting, that uplift, that, you know, that confidence that they need, whether it be for an interview, whether it be for, you know, going to school or prom, or you know, not everybody is fortunate. You know, some people aren't as fortunate. So I think that our salon, we are a very giving salon. We're very successful, and we're, you know, we're very good at what we do.
So I see that you're the type of person that likes to give back. How does that make you feel, giving back to others?
Well, it makes me feel very good. For example, we had a woman come in here and brought in three girls from a rehab. These girls were recovering addicts and had not taken care of themselves. Obviously, you know, as an addict, you forget about yourself. They brought the girls in here, and I did one of them, and all three of them left, giving us hugs. They were in tears. Um, the one that I did was very open with me and told me about her life and how she started, and her addiction, and how she met this amazing woman, and that she's, you know, been clean for a while now. And just for her to cry when I was done, and those, but they weren't sad tears, they were tears of joy, and how she just kept saying, looking in the mirror and saying, oh my God, I feel so beautiful, I feel so beautiful. That is so rewarding for somebody. I mean, I would do that all the time. If it makes a difference in somebody's life, then I would do it all the time.
That is great. And what advice would you have for people who want to give back, but they don't know how to go about it, or how it would make them feel?
For I would advise anybody to look into shelters, battered women, single parents, the homeless, you know, your sick people that are terminally ill, uh, diseases, or people that are sick that can't come out of the hospitals, and like we did for AI Hospital. These kids don't leave the hospital, but they have their own prom within their hospital, and I make I just is just so rewarding to me. I mean, when you give things, and you're you know, when you give, you get back, and that to me, just a smile on somebody's face, and that's so rewarding to me.
Now we know more about you and who you are. I see that you have this board over here. Do you want to tell us what that board is about?
Well, this is as you can see, it says Natasha and Beverly. Natasha is the one of the salon owners, and Natasha and I went to Germany and competed in the World Hair Competition. And though we didn't place, it was such an amazing experience. Um, Natasha did all the wardrobe, and it was very, very. I mean, I don't know if you could see, but there was roses all over this. She's representing a live rose, and what's on her head are petals made out of hair. We made petals and individually made the petals, and it was all made out of hair. And the day of the competition, we just placed the petals one by one until we created that rose. It was an amazing experience. I've won a couple competitions in Dover, and I was nominated in the 90s for which was called the NAHA National Hair Competition, one of the top three. That was, amazing in itself just to be nominated. I didn't win, but to be nominated the top three nationally, I think that was quite an honor.
So, as a woman in a minority, how did it feel to go to Germany?
Well, I was scared to death, number one, but we had such a great experience. It was awesome. I mean, we met so many different nationalities because it was the world competition. There were so many different nationalities out there and so much talent and the amazing things that you can create with hair. That's the good thing about this industry is that when you have the artistic ability to create shapes with hair, you can create almost anything. And it's nice that you can step out of your box and just do crazy things and just some not normal things that you would see people walk with in the street, but you would never see somebody walk, down the street with this type of hairstyle. But to be able to create some wild hairdos, it's crazy. I love it. Stepping out my box is just it's amazing.
So, what would you tell people, young kids or young adults, anybody that start from the bottom and they get discouraged when they see people at the top and that's where they want to be? What would you say to those people?
Well, one of the main things is when, for example, when you go to beauty school, a lot of these kids go to beauty school and they learn their basics and they want to jump behind a chair and start working as a cosmetologist. My advice to them would be to find a salon, a reputable salon, and find a stylist that's had experience, and you work with that stylist for at least 2 or 3 years. Once you've been in the industry for 2 or 3 years and you know what you're doing, then you can really master it and just start building your own clientele. We have, I think that's a slight problem that we have in this industry. Kids want to make money and not climb the ladder. You have to climb the ladder in any industry and anywhere that you go that you want to be successful. You have to start climbing that ladder little by little, and it pays off in the end.
Well, Beverly, it was really nice speaking with you. I really appreciate you talking about low self esteem. I myself suffered from that for a very long time. And I know a lot of people, friends, family, that gets discouraged and give up their dreams. Myself, I was at that point. So I really appreciate that. If if anybody ever wants to contact you or get a hold of you, where could we come or where could we call?
Well, I'm at Salon Pasca at 4559 New Linden Hill Road off of Limestone Road, Wilmington 19808.
And a phone number?
It's 302-428-1388. You're more than welcome anytime.